Hi, and welcome to Alpha Praxis. Today, I want to talk about an issue that I think is very concerning for a lot of people. It's not a huge topic, but it has become more of a contentious issue in modern society, which is very strange because it never was before. And it's something that has developed over time that people are using to bludgeon other people into feeling as though they don't have a right to enjoy the experiences of other cultures. And it's cultural appropriation. Cultural appropriation is not what I think everybody's selling. What they're telling you is that it's inappropriate to enjoy the experiences and pleasures of other cultures, which creates a cultural divide. Why would you not want another group of people to love your culture? Why would you not want them to engage in experiencing your cultural beauty? It doesn't make any sense that people are trying to push this idea that when you experience doing something of another person's culture, whether it's Asian food or Hispanic food or anything, it's somehow deviant, or you're injuring that culture by taking something away from them. America's a melting pot, and that's what I think a lot of people are forgetting. We are a melting pot, and that's what we have always been. We're a place where Black, white, Asian, Hispanic, Indian, we all live next door to each other. My Pakistani neighbors, when I was a kid, used to bring over all these amazing foods they would make for my mom. And we loved it. And we enjoyed experiencing their culture and started to love their culture, not just their food. It's not about just loving their one item. It's about starting to learn about their culture and their food and their items and like what's important to them. Why would you not want that to be an important part of American civilization? If you're going to say that America needs to be a melting pot and we all need to become racially intertwined, then why would you not want us to blend in a way in which we can integrate into enjoying one another's unique cultures? I'm Polish, and I loved their food, and then I started to learn to love their holidays and their children, because I was friends with their children, their children's experiences. So why would I not want my children, and hopefully your children, and you to experience the same joy of if you live next to a Hispanic family, enjoying their Hispanic culture and replicating it into your life and experiencing it as well? There's nothing, you're not stealing something away from them. You're not taking anything away from a culture that you begin enjoying. You're actually showing reverence and respect in a way that is the most loving thing you can do. You're showing that I think your culture is so incredible that I want to emulate it. I wish I could enjoy these experiences as you have, as your ancestors have. And it makes me feel that I get to be a part of your world. So there's no reason that we start becoming aggressive towards one another about cultural appropriation. If you notice, I have dreadlocks. I live in one of the most Black cities in America, New Orleans. And you know what? I've never once had a single Black person approach me and say, I'm experiencing or engaging in cultural appropriation. Never once. You know what I hear all the time? I love your dreads. Hey, your dreads look great. Great dreads, dude. That's when you know your city, your town, your state is starting to blend into a society that we're meant to be, that we're supposed to be. This is America. This is not a divided culture. We are a blended culture. That's what we are meant to be. That's what America was founded on. And if you believe in America's ideals, on why we're all here, and you want to fight for the rights of each individual, then you would be excited about cultural appropriation, because that is the greatest symbol of cultural appreciation. It shows that you respect another culture so much that you want to emulate them, that you agree with everything about it and you enjoy the experiences that they've enjoyed. And that is such a love of another person that it's difficult to understand why anyone would say cultural appropriation. Like you're going to steal their holiday. You're going to steal their dress. You're going to steal their hair. You're going to, what? Like white people are going to magically like take it over, and then people are going to forget that it was an Indian holiday, that it was something that Hispanics engaged in. That's ridiculous. It's what we're here for in America. If you don't think that's an ideal that we should all keep as a cornerstone of our country, then you don't understand what America is. And it's probably you're the problem. And you're engaging in cultural disrespect, because we are founded on everyone being blended together in this country. There is no other country on the planet that you can live next to a black family, across the street from a Hispanic family, next door to an Iranian family, down the street from an Irish family. This is the only country that'll happen. There's no major race, there's no problems. Everybody gets along, they help each other. If someone has a flat, they help each other. If someone has a problem with their dog and it's running at large and they need to help it, there's no one that's like, oh, it's the Mexican family's dog, don't go help it. No, we all do it because we love each other. And that's what is the sad thing about saying cultural appropriation. You can't tell people you all need to respect each other and care about each other, but don't at all integrate. Don't do anything to where you guys blend, because then that just signifies that we want you to be culturally divided. We want you to disrespect each other by not understanding each other's beautiful interests and habits and cultures and divides. What we're all trying to do is hopefully come together as one culture in America, an American culture. And that is a very diverse, mixed culture. America was not built by Europeans. It was not built by Irish. It was not built by Chinese. It was not built by Mexicans. It was not built by Ireland. It was not built by any one country. It was built by everybody together. And we all had to come together to put this country together. Now, I'm not saying that there weren't problems. Of course, every country on the earth, still to this day, there is more slavery than there ever has been on earth in the world. Our country has fought hard to try to get over its sins. And that's what's beautiful about enjoying other cultures in America. And when you see people doing that, you should see that as a beautiful thing, as a wonderful thing, as something that is really genuine, a part of the American experience, because none of us are uniquely responsible for the building of this country. We all had a hand in it. Everyone came together in one shape or form, and sometimes in different shapes and forms. But we all eventually built this country. And we did it being neighbors, being one eventually. And that's our all hope and dream, is that one day no one will ever see anything other than, hey, that's Tom, that's Monique, that's Isaiah. We're not going to see, oh, that's the Jew, that's the Mexican, that's the Irish guy. We're going to see each other as just, hey, that's my neighbor. And that's how it always should be. And who cares what people engage in with each other's culture? When I lived in another state, they would have a huge celebration on what's called Puchki Day, which is basically Polish donuts. And nobody ever thought that was cultural appropriation. Every Polish person thought that was awesome, that the whole state was excited about eating really bad food for you, but you had a reason because it was a holiday. So we need to realize that there's nothing wrong with accepting other people's culture. There's nothing, actually, it's the most fundamental way you could show love for another culture is emulating it. Because you're showing that I adore your culture so much that I want to represent it and I appreciate it on a cellular level. I really do. And that's what's beautiful. So we need to learn how to understand that this stuff is just dividing us. It's hateful. It's evil, and it's not right. There's no reason why anyone should ever get mad over somebody doing something that comes from another culture. You should see that and be excited and impressed and be like, my culture is so awesome. You want to enjoy it. That's a beautiful thing. How would anyone think that's... I wouldn't want people to isolate themselves to hate Polish culture. That'd be horrible. I mean, I'd feel terrible. It's nice to know that somebody wants to engage in the enjoyment of another culture. And I think everybody from those cultures feels that that's a great reward, that they've been accepted into other cultures. And I think that's the most important thing to remember. America is a melting pot, and we'll never be able to change that, and we never should. This is the most beautiful experiment on the planet. There's no other country you can go to that's like this. And that's wonderful, and that's what makes America great. And that's what makes America beautiful. And that's what makes America strong, is that we accept everybody and we learn to understand each other and how to interact and not segregate and divide and just stay away from one another. So that way we're just squirreled away into our own little cubes where we're not one another. We're isolated. That's horrible. Nobody wants a world like that, especially in America. You can go to a lot of countries where you'll find that. You'll go to certain parts of their city and they have nobody that's like other people in that city. They're just completely squirreled away and they're their own little enclave. And that's sad, that's terrible, because you feel every time you move outside of that region, that little special spot that they've isolated themselves into, that you're completely outside of your world. America's not like that. No matter what culture you come from, you can go anywhere and people smile, shake your hand, give you a hug, say good things. I'm not saying there aren't idiots out there. There are always idiots everywhere. I mean, you can't avoid that. I mean, that's going to happen. But it's about the cultural blending that's helped that happen. It's about kids enjoying growing up with different types of music, different types of hairstyles, different types of clothing, different types of speaking. It all has helped us start blending and bending ourselves into one another to where we become the United States of America. Thank you for watching this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe. We love you. We appreciate you. And we can't express enough how much we are grateful for you understanding the words in these videos, because it's the only thing that will eventually, hopefully, modify us to realize we are a great people. And it doesn't mean we're better than anyone else. It means that you can't help somebody else before you help yourself. So until America fixes its problems, we can't really help another country. We can't help anyone else with their problems. So we all need to learn how to come together and understand that, you know what? We need to do it ourselves first, and then we can love one another outside of our borders. And that's what the goal is. Let's start blending and expecting that that's the route to happiness. So thank you very much for watching this video, and I hope you have a wonderful day or evening.